So hi, it's another day, and while you guys were gone, and I wasn't videotaping things because I forget to sometimes, I've done a couple more layers on my drawing, so I'm going to video a little bit of those for you, and then do another layer while you watch, I guess. Okay, so yeah. So in the interim, since I last videotaped this, I have put a layer of polymer acrylic medium, that's what's called, which is basically what acrylic paint is without the pigment in it. And then adhered a layer of, it's basically kind of like vellum, except it's not, animal hide. And then another layer of the polymer acrylic medium. Basically the reason why I did this is because the printmaker's paper I'm using is kind of flimsy. It's not what I usually choose. It's like a 2-ply maybe. I prefer 5-ply. I like it so that, it takes an act of will to cut through it rather than you get a little wet and it tears. And on the other side, you can see that I've done another one of those organic grid things. And you can see that it's over what was once a cast-off print. Basically, when artists clear out their studios, they have a tendency to distribute the stuff they get rid of. And I shared a wall space with a printmaker who got rid of all of his cast-off prints. So I got really good paper that had prints on one side. So yeah, that happens. So basically what I'm going to do is because I actually really like how this white from the original print is coming through, I'm going to echo it with chalk pastel, which is one of those things that I kind of enjoy using. So, and the thing with chalk pastel is that it's very kind of smeary. Which is one of the reasons why I like it. Most artists really like oil pastel, but I like chalk pastel. And I'm just going to use it to echo the shapes that the organic structure is creating. Which evidently I can't talk today, so don't mind me and watch me dump things onto the floor. And since I'm making you all sit here and watch me put chalk pastel onto a drawing, or onto a 10-layer drawing, there are more rules when it comes to the 10-layer drawing. And one of those things is that every layer you put on is supposed to cover approximately 40% of the previous, or of the paper. It doesn't have to cover 40% of the previous layer, but usually that happens. So that's how you end up losing things as you go, but also uncovering them, because like I said before, once you get to the action stage, you can start unlayering. And the nice thing about the white going over the white of the print is that you're still going to get it. And how I said that they smear really well. This is what I meant. So basically this is creating kind of not only a frosted glass feel, but also a transparent layer. Because I always kind of like transparency in the stuff I create. This is the other fun thing about chalk pastel. You get messy. And getting messy, making art, is one of my favorite things to do. When I was little, way before I even remember, my parents sent me to art classes. and they taught me how to use paintbrushes and paint in a correct, adult-approved manner. So I didn't grow up doing finger painting like most kids did. I went straight into Bob Ross levels of articulation, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm sure it was nice for my parents' furniture. But it does mean that it took me a really, 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 really long time to get to a point where I just got messy making art and didn't throw a minor fit. Okay, minor is putting it nicely. I had massive meltdowns. Think Julie Powell and Julie and Julia. And I still sometimes have them. I've gotten much better at it. And now since I've made you watch me do, a third of this, I'm going to turn you off and let you go about your day. Bye.